Hello YouTube, this is Eunice Chan here and welcome to a brand new video. Now today we are going to talk about what to do and how to calm yourself when you're feeling anxious. This is something that's very normal. It happens to everybody in various degrees, and the purpose of this video is to show you that you are not alone and to give you the tools to take care of yourself, to hold yourself, embrace yourself as you're going through an emotional time. Now, a lot of times when we're starting to feel anxious, when we are starting to project a lot of vision and images and like fear like in our heads, a lot of times we're going to feel the rush to power forward because of all these fears that are showing up. We want to make sure that there is an answer for everything. We want to make sure that everything is under control. But when we feel anxious, it is actually a sign that there's a surge of emotions that require our attention. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tools and techniques to give your body and give your emotions that kind of attention so that you can actually hold space and handle them for yourself. Now, if you like this kind of video, please make sure to give me a massive thumbs up. If you find this helpful, please share this with someone that you know is going to help, and also subscribe to this channel if you want to be receiving more of content like this one. So let's dive in. When we feel anxious, a lot of times it's easy to disconnect from the environment around us because we're in our heads, right? So then we're projecting what could happen, the fears, how do we get back in control? What do we need to do? And we start anticipating all of these things that, make us feel like we're spiraling out of control. When that happens, we start to disconnect from our senses. Whatever we see, we touch, we hear is not so, it's like disconnected from our body. And this is the opportunity where we need to train our body to come back to the moment, to feel calm again. And so what I'm about to share with you are all the techniques for you to help come back into your body and feel that sense of peace and calmness so that you can feel safe to move on. Tip number 1 is to learn to slow down. And this is going to be really hard for some of you because I know that when you're feeling anxious, a lot of times you just want to speed up. You just want to have the answer for everything. You want to have everything figured out. You want to make sure that everything's going to be okay. So you're naturally going to your mind's going to be scanning for answers, scanning for solutions. Whatever it is that you feel, make sure that you remind yourself to just slow down, to come back to now. Even if it's possible, to drop everything that you're doing and just reconnect back to where you are right now and where you are right now and what you're doing right now, instead of trying to speed up and ignore the signs and ignore the sensations in your body. Because that, by slowing down, it is going to create the space for you to have this self-introspection, to have this moment of, oh, wait, this is happening. It's going to help you realize that you are having a moment of anxiousness. The second thing you can do is learning to ground yourself. And this is the step where you reconnect back with your body. Ground yourself by checking in with your surroundings, right? So this is a place where you ask, what am I seeing? What is around me? What am I hearing around me? What am I touching, right? So then this is where you connect back with your sensation, your bodily sensations. So if you put your hand forward and you feel like, oh, the table is cold, this is where you come back into your body. You look around. Okay, what do I see? I see the phone camera in front of me. I see a mirror behind me. I see a door to my left. I see a bench to my side, right? So then you start to Reconnect back with your surroundings so that you're not disconnected from your reality. This is how you pull yourself back out from your thoughts. Number 3, what you can do is name the emotion. Name what it is that you're feeling. What is it that you're currently afraid of? What is it that you're currently anticipating is going to happen? And at the same time, try to listen with your body. So as you slow down, as you drop everything that you're doing, right? Sit yourself down and ask yourself, what is your anxiety trying to tell you? Are you not taking enough rest? Are you not taking care of yourself? Are you thinking too far into the future? Are you thinking the worst out of any possible situation, right? And then when you listen to that, remind yourself, this is a feeling. It's not that it's not real, but it is a feeling. It is a reality in your head, but it is a feeling. So come back and remind yourself of that fact. Now, a lot of times when we feel anxious, we're going to have tension in our body. We're either going to feel tense in our shoulders, we're going to feel tension in our neck. Sometimes our jaws would clench, like even unknowingly. So tip number 4 is ask yourself, where am I feeling tension in my body? Am I feeling a knot in my stomach? Am I feeling like my legs clench? Am I feeling my stomach just like tighten, right? Notice the tension points in your body and breathe relaxation into those tension points, because a lot of times that is where we hold tension in our body, and until we give it the signal to just let it go, it's not going to let go until we give it the clear specific direction to just move on and release this physical tension. And then when we release the physical tension, then we get to process, oh yeah, like why was I holding on to this, right? And then you start to retrain your body. This is how we're going to handle this tension from now on. I'm not going to hold it in my body. I'm not going to hold it in my shoulders. I'm not going to hunch over like I always used to. I'm going to open my chest back up and give myself an opportunity to give my body that stretch that it needs. And then that's how you retrain your body to move beyond the anxiety instead of holding on to the emotion, because your body remembers the emotion. Next thing that I'm going to ask yourself to do is take a moment to ask yourself, what do you need to hear right now? Or what do you need to feel right now in order to feel safe? So this could be asking yourself physically or emotionally, what do you need? Do you need to hear something from yourself? Do you need to tell yourself something in order to feel safe? Do you need to journal, to give space to rant, give space to open up, to write down your fears, to hold those fears? Do you need to go down the street and look for a place for a massage, right? Do you need to ask for a hug? Do you need to call up a friend? Asking yourself what you need is finding a way to physically and emotionally support yourself. When you know how to do that, you know how to get the support that you need to regain your strength again. The 6th thing that you can do is to slowly breathe back into my body. So instead of just focusing on the lungs, instead of focusing on breathing into your stomach, regulate your body by learning to feel your breathing as though it was a warm, comfortable hug, like from an old friend, like from a family member, from someone that you really, really trust. And learn to be familiar with that feeling of breathing into your body so that you feel really safe and comfortable and hugged and held. That is the feeling that you want to achieve. Okay, so now that you have held the space for yourself, now that you have really done your self-care and breathed back and reconnected back to your body, you can start to pick up one small thing at a time. And my encouragement for you is to pick up only one thing at a time so that you don't feel overwhelmed, you don't overload yourself, you don't overload your nervous system, but you just pick up the one thing that your body tells you that it needs so that you can actually support yourself to keep moving forward. And that kind of is how you rebuild your confidence to keep moving forward. This is how you start building up your optimism. This is how you start building your momentum to go forward, is to do only one thing at a time, one task at a time, focus on one thing at a time. Ultimately, all of these tips and actions that you can do points towards really coming back to take care of yourself, because I noticed that the one thing that happens when we are feeling anxious is we tend to want to abandon our body. We tend to just want to leave our body behind and go, deep into our thoughts. But as easy as that may be to do, it also causes a lot of tension in our body. It causes a lot of suffering. It makes us feel really bad, and ultimately it does not bring us to a better place. So remember, being kind to yourself is giving the space to reconnect back with your body, to hold space for those emotions, even though it may be hard to confront them, it may be hard to take care of them, but ultimately your body is screaming for that kind of attention, to finally want to be attended, to finally want to be addressed. So that is the kind of self-care that, I suppose, it's less glamorous, it doesn't look as amazing on the outside, but that is the kind of love for yourself that you can eventually one day develop, so that you can hold space for anything it is that your body requires attention for. These are all of my tips to hold yourself and walk with yourself the moments when you're feeling anxious. And I want you to tell me in the comments, what was most helpful for you in this video today, of all the tips that I shared with you, and what will you do to start reconnecting back with your body today? So that's it. If you like this video, give me a massive thumbs up. And if this was helpful for you, please save this video. You can feel free to come back, rewatch it, share it with a friend if you know it's going to help someone. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of these videos. With that said, take care, and I will see you in the next video.